Hello, my name is Ryan Carniato and this is Engine News with the latest updates from the Angular community every week. Ryan Carniato is the author of Solid.js and has therefore quite a good overview of what the various front-end frameworks are doing. He published an article where he gave his predictions for 2026. The rise of powerful SSR techniques, he mentioned React server components and Astro's island architecture, led to separate code paths, one for the server and one for the client. Ryan expects frameworks to reduce that friction and coined the term Isomorphic-first for this. In my opinion, if you want to see that reduced friction in action, then Angular's incremental hydration gets it right. Ryan sees asynchronicity as a very important topic for this year. He says that the frameworks have to provide a much deeper integration and not just see it like an add-on. Examples for frameworks doing good asynchronicity is Angular's resource, but also what React is currently framing under async React. Lastly, on AI, Ryan says meta frameworks used to win by packaging tools together, but AI can now stitch those basic tools on its own, so that advantage is shrinking. Mark Thompson, DevRel on the Angular team, was guest at the Rocket podcast. It was targeting more a non-Angular audience, so most topics are very well known, but at the end, Mark discussed how they see the competition with other front-end frameworks.
All the feature sets are pretty common. We all talk and share ideas. So you just have to decide. You can't really make a wrong choice these days. And the framework is becoming a different focus. And then there are people out there who are building now who don't even care about what the code looks like. They've never even seen the code. How do you fit into the world where people write applications differently? And developers need MCP servers. We also think that they need, context files.
Angular from the Inside was the title of the Angular Space podcast with Armen Fadanian. He had Matthieu Riegler as his guest, and Matthieu showed how Angular's type checking works under the hood by using VSCode.
And you look for the view template type check block. And basically, this is the JavaScript function that is generated that matches, or the TypeScript function that matches the type representation of your template. That's code that's never made it to JavaScript, but it's fed into the TypeScript compiler to say, okay, I'm giving you this code, please generate the errors if there is any in terms of type checking.
They also discussed things beyond the compiler. For example, the most requested PRs, then also how the Angular team works internally. Then we saw a deep dive explanation of a very specific PR, and at the end also an outlook what Angular version 21.1 will bring. Tailwind was also in the news, unfortunately sad news. Their business model is based on that they are selling components or services, but you can only see their products if you visit their website, which is also documentation, which is what we usually do, except if you use AI. Although Tailwind is used more than ever, 75% of the engineering team has been laid off because the company became a victim of the current AI trend. The good news is that Vercel and Google and others have contacted them and stepped in with sponsorships to help to find a solution. Angular 3 is a library from Chao Tran, which integrates Three.js into Angular. Three.js is a very popular JavaScript library when it comes to 3D graphics. Version 4 of Angular 3 was released and the underlying renderer got completely rewritten. So if you are already using Angular 3, the blog post recommends that you treat version 4 as a complete fresh start. Alfredo Perez released ngx-dev-toolbar, which gives you a nice UI to apply common tasks like toggling features, switching languages, mocking the network, and so on. Last thing, if you have written a library or you're organizing a conference, let us know. We will announce it here. And that's it. I wish you a nice week and see you in the next episode covering Angular 21.1. Goodbye.